You're watching the Battered Fans Network.
The heroes are back. Beards talking balls, rapping pink and black. Coming live from the 305, it's official tissue. The Battered Fan, Chris and Dan, weekly rocking with you. We talk Messi, Boosie, Jordy, Lucho, the Fat Four, to Ben Cram, Noah, Ruiz, Fred. What more could you ask for? Tighten up and get ready, listen in on the pod. Solana and X in Espanol, just to even the odds. Breakdowns and gas bagging, join the tribe and just vibe. Free 99, don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't hesitate, say what's up, go ahead and come in. No question about it, I'm ready to get hurt again.
No question about it, I am ready to get hurt again.
Chris, welcome back.
Thank you.
Welcome everybody to episode number 402 of the Battle Heroes podcast. I am your host, Daniel Granada, and alongside me, as always, Mr. KBD. How are you doing, sir?
Well, I'm better. I'm not in a hospital this time.
Yes.
And I want to say thank you to everybody that sent the wishes and in the comments and stuff, wish me well luck and good health, and much appreciated to all of you guys. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Really do.
All right. Well, pleasantry out of the way.
Suck.
Well, you don't really need it, is what I keep hearing.
I guess.
We would have been here a lot sooner, but the PKs ended up keeping everybody a lot longer, and then everybody got out basically at the same time, and the getting out of there was a disaster, but whatever. We're here now. We're here to talk about 2 points, not 3 points. An interesting game, a lot to talk about, really. But your general thoughts after getting 2 points out of this?
I mean, I don't think there's any other thoughts other than 2 words, Danny. Rocco Blocco. I mean, are we kidding? Are we kidding ourselves? Like, Rocco is the reason for the season. That's why we won, really.
He had a big-time block. He had a block right before we scored the equalizer also, where the guy tried to go between his legs, and he dropped down and closed his legs, where he blocked the shot. It rebounded, and luckily Toto Aviles was there to clean that up. And did somebody say that the mic is there just for show? It doesn't sound good. It doesn't disconnect, but it doesn't sound good. I don't know. What do you guys want from me?
I don't know. We need to do a whole different connection here and stuff. Yeah. All of us.
But general thoughts with this new Leagues Cup format, the 2 points were crucial if you're not going to win.
Well, it's weird. I was looking at the standings because, I mean, look, other than Minnesota, everybody else is under us. The only other teams that we have to worry about are the guys that haven't played their game yet, which are Seattle, Portland, LA Galaxy, Cincinnati, Colorado, and the Rebels.
And
so we have to hope that they don't. That is a lot of teams.
And Seattle with a 7-goal differential, they're good to go. Like, if they win their last 2 games, they're gonna move on because it's all but a wrap, I think, in my opinion, for them.
Well, I thought, look, let me tell you something. Aside from the results, right? I wish it was a win. I mean, it was a win technically because we got 2 points instead of 1, but it was a hell of a game. Yeah, that was an entertaining game from beginning to end. So for those of you that like your football, you got a bowl of football today.
Yeah, it was a very entertaining game. I will tell you, compared to Wednesday's game with Atlas, the Mexican presence wasn't as large. The Wednesday's game with Atlas, there was a lot of Atlas fans out there. I'm not very familiar with Liga MX. I don't know which teams are extremely popular, which aren't. I don't know the big names, right? Club America, Tigres, Chivas, Pumas. I know those names, but Atlas I'm not familiar with. Yeah, Cruz Azul, Necaxa, or as Matty Ice from Sofield calls them, Necaca. I'm not familiar with these teams, so I don't know what their following is. But it wasn't as filled with Mexicans this game. Now, one thing I do want to mention before, 2 things I want to mention before we really start breaking down. First, and shout out to Will from MLS Moves. I'm going to steal one of his moves. We are trying to get to 4,000 before the end of the Leagues Cup, right? This is our MLS Moves. Like, here he kind of just throws it in there. So Boom. I'm gonna be shameless. Throw it in there. We're trying to get to 4,000. So if you are watching this and you haven't subscribed, please like and subscribe. We're trying to get to all those likes and the 4,000 subscribers. So if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed already, please do us a favor. Go ahead and subscribe. I mean, do it for Chris. He literally lost an organ and he's here just a couple days later. So subscribe if you haven't. Like the episode. And then the second thing I wanted to bring up. Why the hell do we have a Mexican referee refereeing this game?
He's a caca.
Absolutely, because
I
I feel like it's been well established that Messi and Mexicans have like this thing where not all of them, right? There's a lot of Mexicans that like Messi, they're fans, like Sebas Crackball, for example, that's on with us all the time, huge Messi fans. But there are a large amount of Mexicans that do not like them. The guy that scored today, I'm not sure if he's Mexican or he's from another country, but he did the Ronaldo celebration. You know what that's for. Like, right? So I'm not saying that there was foul play. What I'm saying is, why the hell do we have a Mexican referee roughing this game?
Like a whole squad of Mexicans. Like they couldn't sprinkle in a Colombian. They couldn't throw in a French guy.
Was more than one Mexican referee?
Apparently, like the whole band was Mexican. I mean, this is allegedly. Look, they'll take my word for it, Danny. I'm just going off of little parts.
I'm trying to why would you say something? I'm here just trusting you.
Look, you could trust me. They're probably all Mexican, allegedly.
All right. Well, I know at least one of them was.
That's enough.
And Mick, I wouldn't go that far. I have no problem with Mexicans. I like Mexicans. But when it comes to the soccer pitch, I know that they have no love for Messi. And then Messi let them know. Remember when we played against Club America in the preseason? When he started pointing at the Mexican fans, says, "You guys 0, us 3," because we got 3 World Cups. So there's no love lost there. So I was very surprised that they would have a Mexican referee and, according to you, a full crew. That doesn't sound very
I think
fair.
it is.
And Miami King said, yes, all the referees were from Mexico. Wow, that's surprising. All right.
Like from Mexico.
Yeah. And, I always come on here and I say I don't like to blame refs because I feel like both teams.
Oh, no, the ref job was brutal.
They didn't do a good job. But I'm not, like I said, I'm not pointing at anything specific and saying it's because they were Mexican. I just don't know why they would have a Mexican crew. That's all.
Well, I would like to think that just for, keeping it in the middle purposes, they'd sprinkle in a couple different nationalities or whatever. So that way there's no.
Well, with the new format, you get, for a win, you get 3 points. For a draw, you get 2 points if you win the PKs. You get 1 if you just draw, but you lose the PKs. And then you get no points, obviously, if you lose. At the moment, the most points you can get if we were to beat Pumas on Wednesday is 8 points. Will that be enough to be a top 4 team? I don't know. I've always said that I think that there will be at least 4 teams that win all 3 games. And if that's the case, we are automatically not there. Now, the biggest other talking point, and I guess we could talk about it before we talk about the game because it happened at the very beginning of the game, was Messi goes down. And, in the stadium, they don't even announce what the hell's going on. I'm just, all of a sudden, I see that everybody's crowded out over on one side. And I'm asking people, who is it? Nobody knows. Next thing I know, I see Messi standing up and walking off. And everybody, at least in the stadium, was kind of in shock because they don't give us replays. They don't do anything.
Well, how was the atmosphere at the stadium? It looked bad.
It was good. It was packed. It was a great atmosphere. And my son's academy was out there. They invited everybody out there, the kids to go. They sold the tickets for cheap for the academies. And as I was looking around, there's a lot of academies. I don't know what. Look at that. All right. Shout out to Mike V. All 4 crew members on the officiating team, all Mexican. Wow, that's wild. That's wild.
Diabolical.
Whatever. So they had a lot of. I saw a lot of people like in the same shirts, repping like their academies and whatnot. So very interesting.
I mean, he's adding VAR referees too. They were Mexican. They were Mexican from the field to the vans.
Yeah.
So, it looked really lively. So that was nice.
It was a nice.
Like you mentioned, I guess before we even start about the starting lineups, Messi gets injured in the first 6 minutes.
But you're watching TV. Tell me, what
yes.
was the injury? Did they say anything?
So it looked like he got injured around the 6-7 minute mark when he was attacking towards the goal where you're sitting at, and there were two collisions. It seems like one where he tried to get through two players, and then another one where it was like a physical collision with another player. It looked like his foot, I don't know if it clashed with someone else or got caught under somebody's foot, but it looked like there was something on that second contact that led to Messi being uncomfortable, because after that, he ended up getting up and then falling later on.
Oh, okay. See, because I couldn't see that from where I was. Now, that first contact you're talking about, I do think I realized when that happened, there was a point where he was going down the right flank, and then there was a defender that got in front of him, and he stood on the ball, right? He put his foot on the ball, and he like rolled it back and forth, and I couldn't tell what he was doing, but the defender kicked it out from under him, and he looked back, and I don't know if he smiled or he laughed. He did something, and I thought that he was like, how is this ref not going to call this? But that was it, and that was the last time I saw him in our final third, because after that, he went over to the other side. I'm assuming the second collision happened, and and that was it.
Miami King saying Messi got hurt when he tried to balance his body. I think it was when he tried to rebalance himself after the little bit of contact that he made, and then there was like a full-blown collision with a defender that was like coming to him. So that's where I think he suffered the injury. And then obviously he gets substituted in. Do you want to go over the starting lineup before we even get to that?
Pull it up. I'll be right back. I haven't even had a chance to grab my water. Go pull it up. I'll be back in like 20 seconds.
All right. So I'll pull it up right here in the meantime, in between times. So, I mean, here we got, for those on audio, the starting 11. Here on the bottom, we have the god Rocco Rios Novos playing goalkeeper. Then the four that's in front of him, that's blessed to play in front of him, we have Jordi Alba at left back, Noah Allen making a start at the left center back position, Maxi Falcone at right center back, Chelo Wegant at right back, and then you have the sort of double pivot, I guess. There was like four in the middle. So you got left mid in Segovia. You got, I guess, Busquets and Rodrigo de Paul playing like CDM midfield. And then you got Allende playing right non-factor. And then here we have Luis Suarez and Messi starting up at the top. So starting lineup, to me, when I saw this, I said, it's nice. I like Noah Allen back. Falcone is solid. Rocco the Blocko. I mean, we're pretty good at this point.
The only thing I don't like about it is Allende. I keep saying that, right? If it were up to me,
I think his stay is being like really, really overwelcomed at this point. Like, it is really bad.
Yeah, I think he's been doing very poorly. I thought this game he started off. Shout out to Dr. T. The Allende, I think that he has disappointed. I wish they would put Rodrigo de Paul up there on the right mid, and they would just put Bright in as the pivot next to Busquets. I feel like that would be the best 11 at the moment. But Allende out there, the game started, and it's like he messed up immediately. He was coming down the right flank, and I told you, right? In that fanny pack, what does he have? One move. Run as fast as you can to the touchline. And then try to take a shot. Take a shot from like an awkward angle, which he did, and he missed. But as soon as he did, both Messi and Suarez came out. I don't know if it came out on TV, but they were both giving him an earful. Both Messi and Suarez were yelling at him for taking that awkward-ass shot at that awkward-ass angle when he had both of them running into the box.
Absolutely.
He unfortunately, he's just not, for this team, I don't think he's good.
Well, it's like you said, in his fanny pack, he's got one move, bolt and blast, and it didn't work.
Daddy, no.
Listen, Soccer Daddy, I was a big fan of Allende, but like everybody's starting to see that he is this one-trick pony. Like, even though he was a critical piece in the first goal that we scored, right? Because he is like the center man when it comes to the goalie, you know, getting the ball over to him. He's a very athletic person. He has good spacing. So he is a good receptor of the ball, and he created well off of that. And then we had Luis Suarez contribute, then DePaul. So I do give him credit for that, but like he's a one-trick pony at this point, everybody. I mean, you guys see what he's doing.
I think look, he would be, you know what he would be? He would be a great super sub. Somebody that could come on as a sub late in the game, give you some energy, give you some speed, stretch the pitch, right? If you're playing the counter, which, by the way, if Messi doesn't get injured, I think we kick this team's ass. Yeah. They keep themselves. They're a pressing high team. That's right. We didn't do much of a preview. The only thing I told you about on the preview show on Thursday was they're going to leave themselves open to the counter. And in the first couple of minutes before we got that red card, it was obvious. We would have killed this team if Messi doesn't get injured and we don't go out to 10 men. Even after the Messi injury, I still thought that we could have kicked their ass. But do you want to get into the game? I guess I'm sorry. I'm kind of just
sure. Yeah, let's get into it. I mean, I guess we get to the first thing, which we talked about a little bit about Messi getting injured. Messi gets injured. We talked a little bit about that. Everybody's saying 4 weeks, which, I mean, hopefully that's not the case.
If it's a hammy, it's 3 to 4 weeks. That means he's going to miss the whole League's Cup.
We ended up getting basically a substitution being made for him. Redondo goes in for him.
Before we get into the goal, right? Because the goal happened soon thereafter.
Yes.
What did you think about the substitution for the, like? Were you expecting Redondo? Were you happy that it was Redondo? Did you want to see somebody else?
Well, I wouldn't have expected Redondo when we have people like Fafa or when we have people like Kremaski. I think you would like to make a like for like substitution, maybe. So
but Allende moved up to where Messi was.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, okay, that's fine. And then you have DePaul moving into, I guess, more of a center position. I mean, we have Segovia, who's still a creative person on the ball as well. So it's not like you're losing a hell of a creative person in Messi. But do you think that we're better bringing on Redondo than we are bringing on people like, Kremaski or like, Fafa or Yannick Bright? I don't know.
I've been saying that I want Bright to be the starter over Redondo, but I didn't hate this sub today. I thought for this game, I thought Redondo I thought he had a good game. I saw some people saying that Redondo played poorly today. I thought Redondo had a good game.
Yeah, he played pretty good.
I thought he had a good game. He was playing that box-to-box role.
Redondo played really good.
Redondo was winning the ball in our own third. He was progressing the ball. I thought Redondo had a good game. I really did.
Listen, Pedri, welcome back. I did say I was surprised about the Redondo substitution. I did not say that Redondo played bad. As a matter of fact, I think he played very, very well, Pedri. Yeah. How about that?
Yeah. I think that Redondo gave you more now that we needed somebody else to help create. Now that Messi was out, I think he gives you more as far as creating and pushing the ball forward than Bright does. I love Bright, but I love Bright because he is a wall. He is a ball stopper.
Defensive assassin.
Absolutely. And then when he had a huge stop late in the game, a sliding tackle that I thought that could have led to an opportunity, and he snuffed that out immediately. So Bright, that's what he does. But when you have somebody like Messi coming out, I understand why Redondo is the option over Bright.
I just want to make it clear here because I want Pedri to know, right? I liked Redondo coming on, but I'm not going to stop the Bright, the Bright glazing. Okay, the best defender came on the pitch when Bright got subbed onto the pitch. Okay, Let's get that out of the way.
So I thought that it would end up being a good sub, and I didn't question it when it happened. I was like, okay, this isn't bad. Like I said, Messi comes off, you're losing some offensive firepower. The offensive firepower, right? So you don't want to put in somebody that is ultra defensive minded and can't give you a lot of the attack. Redondo, although he hasn't had a great year, I would say, he does give you that possibility. I thought he had a pretty good game overall, and I thought the substitution worked out.
And Jason L, shout out, says, Vamos, what a game. I mean, look, Mick is saying Messi will miss at least 4 weeks. We'll probably be talking about that pretty soon. But for the most part, guys, he came out, substitution happened, Redondo came in for him. And luckily, just a minute or two later, we end up getting a goal. And it was Telasco Segovia with a great bender to the corner Now, the way that this played out was beautiful.
Mhm.
And I'll paint it for you. Rocco Blanco passes it straight to Allende. Allende gets it over to Luis Suarez. Suarez, in a blink of an eye, just one shot, one hit passes it to DePaul, who heads it over to Segovia. Allende slips by him, and Allende's like, hey, let me get that. And Segovia's like, not on my watch, buddy. I got this all taken care of. And then he just bent it into the corner.
But, I think Allende needs credit for that because he made the right run.
He
and
did.
That run,
because,
away. Yes, exactly. Because Segovia had two defenders in front of him. When Allende makes that run behind him, that makes both of them take a stutter step to their right, which gave Segovia just enough time to push it to his right and get the shot off. I thought that although Allende, he made what the run he was supposed to make, you got to give him credit because he made that run. He took the defenders, even if it was a slight step in the wrong direction, he did. And Segovia went ahead and he finished. And that goes out to all the people that say mid-Govia and all that stuff. You guys are crazy. Segovia has been playing more all year. He's been playing out wide, but when he has the opportunity to play centrally, even when he's been playing out wide, Segovia, you can see that he is an absolute baller. And I said it, was it with Solana, the last episode? I said that if there's going to be a player, if there's going to be a player that's going to go out to Europe, I think Segovia is the very first one that has the possibility to make that move over there.
But Rick A is saying here, Danny loves to give credit to positionless and useless runs. Those runs open things up, Rick A. Come on. You're telling me
if Allende doesn't make that run, the defender stays in front of Segovia, doesn't give him the half second that he needed to get. There are no useless runs in football. You have a purpose. Everybody plays a role on the pitch.
Like if
you haven't seen that, watch it closer. I'm telling you, every move that one player makes affects like a domino the rest of the defense, and every run is important. Yeah.
So there's that goal. How did you feel after that? Because that was right in front of you.
Oh, it was amazing. It was amazing. It was a beautiful goal, beautifully placed. And at that point, I thought this team, Necaxa, isn't a great team. I thought Messi's out. Hopefully, it isn't too serious and he can play against Pumas on Wednesday. But I thought this team should still win this game. That's how I felt. I felt like we should still put up 3 goals on this team. And that's how I felt. I felt like we should still win 3-0.
So let's get to the next main part of the game, which is about 5 minutes later. We got Weigand with a poor pass, right? I don't know if it's back to Maxi Falcon or to Rocco Blanco. And Maxi Falcon's not going to be able to outrun this striker that's running with him to get the ball. So he tries to box him out, put himself in a good position. There's a little bit of yanking involved, not really much of it, but apparently the ref says terrorism on the field, and he pulls a red card. That was probably one of the worst red cards I've ever seen in my whole life. I don't know too much about football. I've been learning this for a couple of years, but Pedri, since you know so much, is that a red card? Yes or no? You are our red card referee here. Pedri, red card, yes or no?
You saying that you were new to the sport just gave a bunch of fuel to the fire for Pedri.
Pedri. Oh, okay. All right. Pedri says no, so he agrees with trash American guy here that knows nothing about football. Good job, Pedri. Look at where you're sitting, buddy.
What I'm trying to see and find
yellow for that.
I didn't see the red card, right? Because they don't show replays in the stadium, unfortunately. They do a very poor job with that. So I have no idea if it was a red card. What I do know is that they didn't look it over on VAR. And the fact that they didn't look it over on VAR is what really made me question why they wouldn't check it at least. They checked the one for the one that Necaxa got. They checked that one, didn't they?
Yes, they did. Now, this is the biggest mistake that I thought happened right here. Mike V with a good comment says, Cello bad pass. Falcon should have passed back to Rocco instead of trying to shield it. Rocco show off the line, garbage ref. I thought that he could have chased it down enough to get the tap back to Rocco.
Okay, so
I didn't think that he should have let it run.
This is the first time I'm watching this. Okay.
Oh, this is awful. You're about to watch it. It's awful. I mean, so there is the poor pass.
Well, Falcon is really slow, but that isn't much of a foul.
No, but he got a red. I mean, look at this guy
But-
begging for the red.
But
He comes
it's
out.
It's supposed to be a red for a clear and obvious goal scoring opportunity. There's nothing clear and obvious about this. What's clear and obvious about this goal opportunity?
The foul happened at 42 seconds, and look at how quickly the ref gets to it. Tell me what second mark he pulls out the red card in his pocket.
50.
So he took 8 seconds to say, this is a red card.
Yeah, I don't know. The clear and obvious is kind of wild to me. I don't know. I don't think that was clear and obvious at all. But
Well,
whatever.
Ricky says it's the shirt pull.
Well, I will tell you, Falcon was really slow on getting to that ball. It wasn't the cleanest of passes by Cello, but man, Falcon should have been able to get to that, and Rocco could have gotten that. Falcon definitely really slow on that one.
Well, and Mitch is right a little bit here. He says what also bothers me is that it's not even like the attacker had the ball.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He didn't have clear possession. Like
it just looked like he could have gotten there before Falcon.
I don't know much about this player, but if this player is like, let's say hypothetically, he's like a Allende or a Kremaki that has those heavy first touches, there's a good chance that that touch leads the ball straight to Rocco's hands. Like clear and obvious, I think that's a bit much. But once we went down to 10 men, the game changed because we were pressing high. We were forcing them into turnovers. We went to 10 men, and the game completely changed.
So then, after that happened, what do you think about this Swiss Army sub that we had at the 29th minute, where Tadeo Allende gets subbed out for Gonzalo Lujan?
I was surprised that it took so long to bring him in.
You think so? You wanted him in earlier?
No, it's not that I wanted him specifically in. I wanted a center back in. Falcon came off, and I mean, from my seats, the back line is on the other side. I couldn't clearly see how exactly they were playing. In my mind, I thought they must have gone to 3 in the back, right? With Noah,
Busquets,
and maybe like I don't know who am I missing? And Cello, and they would have made Allende and Jordi Alba like wing backs. So that's what I was thinking to myself in my head. I was like, because they didn't make a sub. How long did it take? They took like a couple minutes to make that sub.
It was at 11 minutes after the foul.
So
after the red card.
That was weird. I thought that it was very weird that they did that. I was very surprised.
Yeah. So after the red card, Lujan comes in, which is our only center back on the bench, by the way, at that point. Because I was looking at the lineup, and I don't even see Sailor on here. Sailor isn't even on the bench. Oh no, we had Thomas Aviles also. So we had Thomas Aviles on the bench as well. But Lujan was brought in because Mascherano loves Gonzalo Lujan.
You're going to the game on Wednesday, right?
I hope to.
Okay. So just in case you are, I just wanted to. I forgot to bring it up when we talked about the atmosphere and whatnot. The fan zone sucks. They got rid of giveaways.
Yeah, for the League Cup, they suck. Yeah, it's literal bare bones.
There's no activities for the kids. Like I got there like almost 2 hours early. I wanted the kids to play around. Like it was nothing. And I know I'm getting off topic here, but just for those that are planning on going on Wednesday, just know don't bother getting there early because they do nothing for you. Like it was atrocious. It was the fan zone doesn't exist. So just in case you're gonna go on Wednesday, just so you have a heads up.
I noticed that in the last Leagues Cup that we went to, it was awful. It was bare bones. There was like 1/10 of someone giving away something. Other than that, really nothing else. So now, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna get to the next goal.
Go for it.
The next goal was at the 33rd minute. Badaloni ends up scoring. Now, if I remember correctly, this was the goal where I guess there was a cross. I don't know if there was a pass that was made in the middle, right? And Noah Allen, I guess, gets caught out of position. The forward ends up crossing in front of him, to be able to take advantage of the one touch, put into the goal.
Yeah,
Now,
F-Leagues Cup. Let's play these on here. Come on.
yeah. So basically, I mean, as you can see here, for those of you that are on audio and those of you on visual, you can see it. On audio, there's a play made outside, crossed inside, and one of the Necaxa players cuts in front of Noah Allen.
He beats Noah Allen to the inside, yeah.
Everybody says he beats Noah Allen, but look at Lujan. Couldn't Lujan have cut the pass off? Lujan, if you're looking at it.
Yeah, Lujan's trailing behind. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I'll put let me freeze it a second and I'll put it up.
Yeah, because Lujan, he stops making his run. I know he's not defending anybody. So Lujan,
here comes the pass. It's about to come in this way, and then that's Lujan just hanging out there. He could have dropped down to cut it off, but he was slow stepping and did not get there in time. I don't know what I did.
Yeah, I think you rewound it.
Well, I started over. But
I think you rewound it.
So Lujan just didn't also to cut that off. So I would say that's on Lujan. That might be more on Lujan than Noah, but Noah got beat inside also.
Well, Noah got beat inside, right? I mean, he looked back to see his man. He saw him there, and then he said, peekaboo, now I don't see you, and he just cut right in front of him. But you have Noah Allen that's kind of paying attention to his area, which he got beat. But at the same time, Lujan, what are you doing? You see that the person in front of you is trying to cross the ball. If you know you're not guarding anybody, try to beat, try to get to the place where the ball's coming from. No? Now, and you're right. Like I said, Soccer Daddy's saying it's on Allen. I'm not removing the blame from Allen. Allen could have done better on that. But, I mean, this is like a defensive unit. No? I feel like on defense, the other center back could have stepped into the path of the pass. Yeah. I think. So, I don't know. That's a goal where I felt like just defensively there was a really bad breakdown, and in between both Allen and Lujan, it was bad.
I think that that was both on Allen and Lujan. I think they both take blame for that one, and I thought that just we were pressing high to start the game for the first couple minutes before the red card. I thought we were looking good. I thought we were going to do very well. Once we went down to 10 men, we were no longer pressing high. After we got scored on, we started like a mid-press. We were letting them get to the midfield and then just kind of stopping them there. But, the game completely changed, I felt like, once that red card came out. And we kept them to 1 goal in the first half. What are your thoughts at halftime?
Well, at halftime, by the time we got to halftime, Luis Suarez got a yellow card, right? There's no surprise there. At halftime, I felt confident because I felt like, okay, we could take this in PKs. We got Rocco.
Are you talking shit, or are you really mean that?
No, I literally mean that. I mean, Rocco was great in penalties in the preseason.
You mean that one time he did it against America?
And he destroyed them. Him.
Did he? I don't remember.
Well, you know what? Maybe you should look at the replays. He destroyed Club America. I mean, not Club America. Was it Club America? Yeah, it was Club America. He destroyed them.
How many times did he block them? I don't remember. I'm asking.
He blocked them like 45 times. I don't know. You want me to keep count? You want me to keep the exact amount?
You made it sound like you're so excited about it. I don't know. I don't remember him.
I mean, I kind of was excited for penalties, to be honest. I didn't want to outright win.
All right. Well, so how are you feeling? So at half, you said you were excited?
Well, I wasn't excited. I had a feeling it was going to go to penalties. Okay. I felt like this was a very back and forth game. Like I said in the beginning, this was a good game. So I felt like it was going to go down to the wire.
Everybody in the chat saying Minnesota lost, which is good for us.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. It's a Minnesota loss. I mean, you need teams to lose. I think that's what's exciting. There's a lot of pros and cons to this new format. Cons are very obvious. Only 4 teams. The fact that whoever plays day 1 has a major disadvantage because now day 3 teams can kind of try to strategize what they want to do. But I will say that it's very it's interesting because now you start watching other games because you're hoping that this team loses or that team wins. It's interesting. I like it.
So how'd you feel at halftime? Did you think were you nervous? Do you think we were going to win?
The way they played, once they went down to 10 men, I was a little worried. I didn't give up hope, but I was worried. I thought that this might end up in a draw also. But yeah, I don't know. I definitely was not confident. That definitely not confident.
So in the second half, I felt like we were playing fairly well, considering the fact that we were still 10 versus 11 during the match. Now, there was a bunch of substitutions made on both sides of the ball, on both sides, basically, on each team. And on our team, we basically made 3 substitutions at the 65th minute, which were, I think, kind of questionable. Busquets gets subbed out for Yannick Bright. Noah Allen, yeah, that was super weird. Noah Allen gets subbed out for Tomas Aviles, which I guess I get it. That's good. And then Segovia, which was the substitution that I really was kind of like scratching my head. Like, why are we taking out Segovia? That's brutal. Segovia, and it was for Benkrem.
Do you think there's like some type of stamina issue with him? Because I can't see, and to me, he didn't look like he was gassed. Do you think that there's a reason why he keeps getting taken off? Because I think that he looks great when he's out there.
I mean, there's got to be something that the coaching staff or the coach knows that we don't. Because
I just want to put it out there that even though I keep telling people that Chelo isn't as bad as people say, right? I think Chelo's better than when people say.
Yeah.
Pedro Potter can't be taken seriously with your soccer takes because you obviously know nothing. You know nothing. If you really think that Chelo has been playing better than Noah Allen this season, Pedro, I will no longer put up your comments because you know nothing about this sport, obviously. All right. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, you don't, but I get it. And he at least he wins with this one. Segovia gets out, and Benkrem came in for him. So we're not happy about that either, Pedro.
I thought Toto had a good game also. I wish Toto would get more playing time. I mean, he makes those dumb mistakes, I guess. But, man, today he had – we brought it up at the very beginning of the show, that block that Rocco had where they tried to go through his legs. And then Toto cleaned up that rebound, and he pushed the ball forward. He progressed the ball, and that's what ended up leading to the free kick goal. I think Toto Aviles, man, he's so up and down. He's so up and down because he'll play good, and then he'll make the dumbest foul, and it's just like, man, I just don't get it.
Let's not forget, right? Because I mean, Solana has some strong words for Toto Aviles too. Let's not forget here that like Toto Aviles at some point was like our strongest, most consistent center back when he wasn't getting yellow cards.
Right. And then this season started off pretty decent, right? He was playing well and not getting cards. And then he just went back to his old ways. But you know what? When you're trying to win trophies, you can't have somebody that commits those silly fouls. But, then you see how he plays today, and you're like, man, why can't you just clean up that part of your game? Because he has a lot of potential. Yeah.
Now, after those substitutions happened, we end up getting scored on later on in the game by Ricardo Monreal, and that was at the 81st minute. Now, that goal, if I can remember correctly, was also off of an assist. Now, this one is a pure Lujan mistake. This is pure Lujan mistake. So here they're playing it from the right, centers it, and then all of a sudden finds the gaping hole in between the goal and Lujan. And then we have this guy doing the Sue celebration, which he's so mad that he can't do that in front of Messi.
That's the second time that, absolutely. He had that plan. It's like, if I score, I'm doing this for sure.
I'm doing it. And
that's the second time. For the record, that's the second time somebody does it to us. And the first time was NYCFC, and they ended up blowing the win also.
And it was a good play by them, but a bad play by Lujan.
It was a nice pass. Lujan pushed up because Bright was out of position. I think Bright has to take some blame in that one because Bright was off to the left, basically covering nobody. And you see before the goal, you'll see. Look,
he comes from the left side of from the side of the pitch, tries to get towards the center. No,
you can see Lujan right here. He's pointing to Bright like, hey, you got this guy right here, Mr. Center Defensive Midfielder. Isn't this like where you're supposed to be? Like, aren't you supposed to have somebody covering this guy? And they didn't. So because Bright didn't go and cover that guy,
he had that wide open space.
Stepped up to him for a second, and he was out of place. So yes, I understand why people are saying Lujan, but Bright was out of position there also, and he forced Lujan to step up in that case. So I think that one falls on Bright and on Lujan. But it happens. It was a good play. It was a good pass.
But let's not sugarcoat the fact that Soccer Daddy said Bright saved us a lot, and he hella did on a lot of cases.
Yeah, there was a counter where Necaxa was going down, and it was basically 1-on-1 with the keeper, and Bright came down, and with the slide tackle, he just saved our ass. So
yes, he did. And then on the other 1-on-1, that's where Rocco had his blocko on. But nobody wants to talk about that here. So, yeah.
There was a moment where Suarez, I thought, tripped over himself. It was all way on the other corner of the pitch.
Yeah. He did. He put his left foot to stop the ball, and it looked like he rolled his ankle, but I guess it was just his age that kind of folded him over like a chair, and he just took the biggest L I've ever seen a soccer player take in my life.
Right, because from our seats, we're behind the goal on one side, so you can see what's happening on the other side, but you can't see like the details. Like I saw that he fell, but I had no idea what exactly led to him falling.
I mean, Mick says it. Suarez can't hold his legs. And don't worry, Miami King. We're going to talk about DePaul because he was that guy tonight. He literally said, I got you, Messi. I'm carrying this, and we're going forward. Yeah. And look, Ricky says it here. He says, nah, he just keeled over on his own. Literally, Albetico, shout out to Albetico. He said he fell over himself.
All right, well, go ahead. Keep going, Chris. I'm sorry.
So, the last.
Sorry, that goal happened in the 81st minute.
Yes.
Today is the second time, right? On Wednesday and today, I went with my whole family. All five, including a 11-month-old baby.
Quick.
All right, go ahead. 11-month-old baby. On Wednesday, my baby only lasted till the 75th minute. I had to leave because she was getting kind of wild. Today, I was really hoping she would stay to the end, and she did. Shout out to her, real MVP, for letting us sit through the whole PKs and everything. She did a great job. The whole family had a great time.
Nice.
But one thing that was going through my mind was, even if she is acting up today and crying, I was going to stick it out. For the simple fact that in the 80th minute, when they scored, fans started leaving.
Yes.
I'm like, where is everybody going?
It's by going to PKs.
It's the 82nd minute. We're down by a goal. It's 10-10. Like, it's not like we're still down a man, which is like, okay, we're going to have a tough time breaking down a low block, right? Like, it's 10-on-10.
The game is open.
8 minutes plus added time. Like, I couldn't believe. And once I saw them leaving, I remember I thought to myself, man, even if my daughter throws an absolute tantrum right now, I'm not leaving, because I didn't want to be a part of that. That was so frustrating to me that people were leaving. And I promise you, right when we tied them, they all start trickling back in.
Well, I'm actually surprised they were allowed to get back in. And I bet you a lot of people that were in, that they just left, and then they kind of heard from
they're
the
like,
outside, maybe
like using the bathroom, or maybe like walking out slowly. Like, I don't know. But like, they didn't all come.
Because the PKs happened in front of our seats. So they must have ran back to their seats.
Yeah, it was. I was disappointed when I saw people leave. And no, let me correct myself. The whole stadium didn't leave, right? It was still pretty full, but there were a lot of people leaving, unfortunately. Yeah. So I think that sucks.
Well, before we went to overtime, before we went to penalty kicks, Jordi Alba gets a header of a lifetime.
No. Well, let's start with the fact that Necaxa had a counter, and it looked like they might score. And I forgot what player it was. I think it was the one that was calling for the red card on Falcon. He's coming down the right flank. He takes a shot. I thought he was going to go far post, which I think he might have scored if he would have. He tried to go between Rocco's legs.
Yeah.
Rocco shut that down. The ball rebounded. That's when Toto Aviles came, cleaned that rebound up, and he didn't just try to clear the ball. No, he took the ball himself and he carried the ball all the way to the midfield, I want to say, and he started that play that ended up leading to the foul on the Paul, which led to the free kick. So shout out to Toto Aviles and Rocco, because although they don't get credit for that goal, if Rocco doesn't stop that shot, we go down 2 goals and it's over. If Toto Aviles doesn't clear that, and not only just that, but progress the ball while the rest of the – because Necaxa's players, like 2 or 3 of them were gassed because it was a counter. They were exhausted. They stayed back.
They weren't going to run back. Yeah.
No. So Toto Aviles, he was fresh. He came in as a sub. He progressed the ball forward with his fresh legs, and that led to the free kick.
Well, and that led us to Rodrigo de Paul, who ends up putting a beautiful cross into the beautiful head of Jordi Alba, who gets us the tie game in the 90th plus 2 minutes of the game to be able to take us into PKs.
And yeah, man, that was a really cool moment. It's fun because, you know, when people were walking out, I'm sure you've had the moment, right, when you tell your kids, like, you don't leave games early.
No,
you don't leave games early. And then as soon as they score, what do you go to your kid? You say, you see, this is why you don't leave games early. So It was very cool. Jordi Alba with that header was absolutely awesome. And I don't know literally the name of the person that just commented. I'm not saying I don't know. Is saying, are you guys surprised that Busquets got subbed off? I'm extremely excited.
Absolutely
surprised. I'm not sure why he got subbed off. Honestly, I wasn't expecting that.
So we go to PKs, Danny, and there's 2 moments in the PK that I think a lot of people are probably talking about. One is Rocco Blocco.
Well, I'd say Rodrigo de Paul at first, because when he scored, he went straight into the net. He looked at the fans and kind of started
and
like
he hyped them up.
Yeah. So that was really cool. Because that really got our side really going, right? Because we're opposite from the supporter section. Our section isn't as wild as the supporter sections, right? But when he did that, our side really got a lot louder, and it was really cool. So that kind of set the tone for the rest of the kicks.
Well, I mean, right after that is when we had Rocco Blocco. He goes to his left. Well, not right after that, but a couple kicks later, we have the Rocco Blocco jump to his left, and he deflects it, right? Mm-hmm. And then we have the Jordi Alba kind of pointing at the corner after he scores his PK. And there's almost a fight on the sidelines.
Yeah, because we were waiting for somebody, one of their players, to take a shot. And all of a sudden we see like the referee walking over there, and we see that there's like some type of mess going on over there. Did they show on TV what was happening? Because I have absolutely no idea what was happening.
It was something with Sergio Busquets. For some reason, he still has chancletas on the whole game. And he's like beefing with someone, and then all of a sudden there's like, you don't really see exactly what's happening, but Busquets is like the center of it. So okay. I guess there was a little bit of banter over there, and they didn't like it. So
I thought that maybe it was Jordi Alba, because after he did that, he started walking towards that way. I thought maybe he got into it with somebody, because he was.
Maybe
it was right after he was talking crap, like that.
But
that whole thing.
But it seemed like it was happening within the benches, not with the field players.
Okay.
So then after we have the Jordi Alba shakedown, the other moment that I wanted to talk about, which I think was the defining one, was we got Luis Suarez coming in for a penalty kick. And you're thinking Pistolero time, he's going to bang it in. And by the hairs of the chinny chin chin I just had trimmed today, he was able to get the ball in.
When he walked up, I had no doubt we were going to win. But when that ball hit the crossbar, I thought it was going to bounce out.
Everybody's heart stopped.
Right. I had to wait for it to like bounce and then hit the top of the net for me to be like, oh my God. But I was really, really worried, because when it made contact with that crossbar, I was like, no way, man. No way that if you blow this, that you're in really bad shape, buddy. So.
Well, and that's the game. We win in penalties, walk away with 2 points instead of 3, and off to play our next game against, what is it, Pumas?
Yep.
I mean, at that point, now we just got to hope everybody else loses tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. Tomorrow's going to be an interesting day. If you have nothing better to do, sit down and watch. And you got to unfortunately root against some MLS teams tomorrow because
All of them.
Yeah, because Miami needs them to lose or at least draw and then lose in PKs because
yes,
we need that advantage because at the moment the most we can get 8 points.
Yeah.
All right. So before we get into standouts, get in and man of the match, other than Messi, well, it can't be Messi today, right? I mean, people will probably still want it to be Messi, but it can't be Messi. Before, I didn't want to forget, batteredfans.com is finally back. I was supposed to announce it, and then people were supposed to get on and finally be able to use it. But some people, and shout out to the two of you that made orders. Some people, I guess, were just checking every once in a while because two people made orders earlier today before we even got to announce it. So shout out to you guys. But for anybody that is looking for any Inter Miami merch, batterfans.com is back up and running. And
shout out to Joker.
Oh, and shout out
I haven't caught a live pod in a while. Listen to every show, though. Much appreciated, Joe.
Absolutely. So before I get in trouble with the boss, I want to make sure that I didn't forget to mention batterfans.com is back. Make sure that you are go ahead and follow the Instagram page. We're going to be posting stuff on there. And also, if you have in the past or you order something now and in the future, make sure that you hashtag I'm a battered fan. And I don't know what my wife has planned, but something for you guys that show us love on the social medias with the hashtag I'm a battered fan. So shout out to you guys. I'm sure I'll have more details about that on Monday. So just want to make sure I put that out there. Batterfans.com. You can go ahead and get on and
we got some things cooking.
Yeah, and then also my wife made sure that I ask and you make sure that if you decide to post anything, we might share it on our website. So just I'm a messenger here. All right.
He's passing the message, okay? The big boss is talking and we're walking.
Yeah. Okay, so all right. Chris, standouts.
So standouts, I would have to say.
And by the way, I'm sorry. One of my favorite new shirts. You know that stepbrother shirt that we used to have with Suarez and Messi.
Yes.
We got it with DePaul and Messi now. I don't know. I just want to put that out there. Nice. I just enjoy looking at it. All right, go ahead, Chris.
Nice. So standouts, I'm gonna tell you for me are Rodrigo DePaul. Right, second game with us. To me, he's a standout. Okay, and what? Pedri Potter says I'm a man.
Don't even worry about it. I just want to make sure that you saw it. Don't even worry about reading it.
Oh my God! All right, fine. Pedri, go get a life, bro, please. Like we like you hanging out here, but like your hate towards us is like, I don't know. It's just uncontrollable. So, two standouts. I'll give you two standouts. I'm going to give you, we'll go Rodrigo DePaul with one. And Mr. Krabs keeps mentioning that to us. And the other standout I'll give you is Thomas Aviles. Thomas Aviles to me was a standout at center back.
Rodrigo DePaul,
the time that he gets.
Rodrigo DePaul at this time might have had one practice with the team.
Yeah.
He looked good on Wednesday. At that point, he hadn't even practiced with the team. He started and he looked good. Today, he was progressing the ball into the final third. He ended up with 2 assists. Rodrigo DePaul is just everything that you expected. And I feel like we haven't even seen it all yet, right? Because he's just starting to get warmed up and get accustomed to the team and everything. So very, very excited for what Rodrigo DePaul is going to bring. So I agree. Standout, Rodrigo DePaul. Segovia, I thought, had a good game. Redondo coming in on the sub. People hate him, but I think he had a good game. I'm going to say those are my standouts. And I'll give it to Rocco. Rocco, obviously, for the PK save, but also the save that turned into the game-tying goal. So I think Rocco has been doing pretty well. So
what about your que penas of the match? So, I mean, at this point, I guess we can start talking about basically.
He's a caca.
Who's caca?
I mean,
I'm giving it. I don't care what anybody says here, and I understand that Allende is a streaky player, but I'm giving it to him. I know he had very limited amount of time, but like he had his opportunities and he didn't take advantage of them. And he's had a lot of time with the team. Like he's playing good minutes with the team, Danny. No, I feel like Allende, if anybody, deserves to get the que pena.
no, Allende, I think, probably has the most minutes of anybody on this team outside of Messi and Suarez. Like Allende is a for sure starter, right? I'd give it to Falcon for being so lackadaisical and getting that ball from Chelo. Maybe not the perfectly placed pass, but I think that unfortunately him not being able to catch up to it kind of led to that. If it's true that he tugged at the jersey, that also. And I mean, going down to 10 men because of his foul is what changed this game for us. So I'd give it to Allende. Allende gets to get pena for me.
So other than Busquets, Alba, and Messi and Suarez, in that order, they have the most minutes. Ustari is in 5th. Allende is 6th in line with minutes at 1,319 minutes. He started 16. Hold on. He started 16 games, and he's played in 19 of them.
And Rick A, shout out to you for the great comments. Standouts, all the gringos, and que pena for everyone else. You got to keep that agenda going.
I mean, look, Rick A, agendas. Talk about American agendas. This guy listens to he reads American newspapers and listens to American newspapers. I don't know.
All right, man of the match other than Messi, or just man of the match at this point today?
I mean, does this guy still put quarters in the machine to get like the Tuesday newspaper? What is this guy? Man of the match, in my opinion, is Rocco Blanco.
Okay.
Like Rocco Blanco's getting it because he had that block that you mentioned where he blocked it straight, right? In front, and then that created the counter. He had the block where he had to stretch up, touch it with his fingertips, and it hit off the post. Then he had the block starting the second half right in front of you guys where he had to jump to the left, aside from a couple other blocks. So Rocco, I'm sorry, he made the only block in the penalty kick shootout. He gets man of the match. Rocco's Modern Life. That's one of my favorite Nickelodeon shows, by the way. Rocco Blanco. This isn't me just being like, playful or anything. This is serious. He should get the man of the match.
I think there's a couple people that could possibly get it, right? I think Jordi Alba, with his headed goal, Rocco, obviously. I'd give it to Rodrigo De Paul. I thought that he was the one that kept our attack alive in the midfield. He got the ball to the final third quite a bit, and he ended up with 2 assists. He ended up with 2 assists this game. So I would give it to Rodrigo De Paul.
You know who else? I want to give out. I want to give out my
He's
my
a caca.
He's a Caca award to Pepe. I'm not gonna say his name anymore. I'm gonna give it to Pepe, right? Because Pepe, who's in the chat right now,
yeah, I got it.
Is talking about this agenda stuff when he listens to American podcasts that just started after Messi. He reads American newspapers, still pays quarters for them and everything, and says that there's an agenda.
Yeah, but he comes on here because he knows that you're going to keep giving him time.
I just want to say that he's a caca. That's it.
Okay. All right. Who do you think was the highest rated player on FootMob?
Oh, man, I didn't check that. I think the highest rated player for sure has got to be Segovia because he got subbed out early and didn't have any other errors.
No.
Oh, wow. Jeez, that's a tough one. Rodrigo De Paul.
Yep. Rodrigo De Paul was 8.8. Now, who was the highest rated player that did not get a goal or assist?
Highest rated player who didn't get a goal or assist?
Mm-hmm.
And you're talking about starters, right?
I would include Redondo just because he came in, he played almost the whole game basically anyway.
Okay, Redondo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Messi came off like the 10th minute, so I'd include Redondo.
Yeah, okay. I'll say Redondo.
Yeah, Redondo, 7.8. Yeah,
Nice.
People saying that Redondo had a bad game. I don't get it. I don't see what they saw that was
he
bad.
played very well. He played very well.
Yeah. So Redondo had a good game. And then after him, it is Jordi Alba and Rocco with 7.5s. And who was the lowest rated player?
Luis Reyes Allende.
Okay. Well, the obvious one is Falcon, obviously, because you got the red. But yes, after Falcon, Allende. Yeah, 6.2.
Wow.
So, all right. I think that's it. And look, I'm not going to give him any more credit. I just want to make this very clear. Betty, people don't want to crap on outsiders. It's that the outsiders are so effing rude. Betty, you know what? We put a lot of comments up, but if you weren't such an asshole, we would probably have more fun with you. I'm kind of getting tired of you. All right. Yeah. Chris, any final thoughts?
It was a good match. All in all, win, loss, draw. It was a really good match, entertaining match, and we're ready for the next game.
Yep. Chris, I'm glad that you're back. Glad that you're out of the hospital. It was fun having you back, and we'll be back on Monday to talk a little more Herons. And then don't forget, batterfans.com. You can get on the website. It is now up and running. And Florida man, I got you. Send me a DM with your address. I got you. And that's it. We appreciate everybody. If you're listening on audio, we appreciate you listening all the way to the end. Please give us 5 stars, comment, review, all the good stuff. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching all the way to the end. Please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends. And as always, for those of you in the chat, we appreciate you guys hanging out with us for the last hour. And we will be back on Monday. So make sure that you hate watch tomorrow because we need the MLS teams to lose. And hopefully we get into this game on Wednesday with a chance to move on. So until the next one, have a good one.